My name is Krista Katzpetzis-Yavlin, and I was a friend and colleague of Jean's for over 20 years. I'm honored that Joanne and Julia asked me to welcome you to Jean Chenoweth's memorial today. On behalf of Julia, Joanne, Jean's sister Mary, and her husband Dr. Gabriel Ubatuba, Jean's sister Dorothy, and her husband John, they all thank you for being here to celebrate Jean Chenoweth's incredible life. Thank you for all of your prayers, your cards, your positive thoughts, and your help in so many big and little ways throughout the last 3 years as we all battled with Jean's leukemia. You will hear from several friends, family members, and colleagues on how Jean touched so many lives. Once the YouTube video is finished, the family would love to have you continue the celebration of a remarkable woman on a live Zoom feed. I will never forget my first week at Solution 20 years ago when I was meeting Jean at a hospital in Boston. Since I was meeting Jean for the first time, my normal research on an executive is to look at a person's LinkedIn as well as Google their name. When I found so many links about papers she wrote or quotes that she made for healthcare magazines, along with videos, I realized then she was somewhat of a celebrity in healthcare. Jean was a trailblazer on trying to build a balanced scorecard for hospitals to use to help them improve the quality, safety, and efficiency of the hospitals in the United States. When she walked into the boardroom at any hospital, she was greeted from the executive teams as a person that has transformed healthcare. Her insights, guidance, and research were respected amongst all senior leaders in healthcare and still continues today at IBM Watson Health. Whenever I called a CEO of a hospital system to tell them that Jean Chenoweth was in town and would love to meet with them, we automatically got the assistant to rearrange their schedule to fit Jean in during visit. It goes without saying that Jean would research and prepare for hours before her meeting to make sure she knew everything there was to know about the hospital we would go visit. The best is when Jean would arrive only 15 minutes before the meeting, and of course I would call her to make sure she is coming, and she would say, "Hello, Krista, just walking into the lobby, so I'll be right there." She'd walk into the boardroom, put up her presentation, and have 2 minutes to spare. She never was early, but it was never a problem since Jean was an excellent presenter. I was always in awe of her and asked her how she is not nervous presenting in front of a large audience or the C-suite of a hospital. Jean would just say, "When I present, I know that I know more about the 100 Top program than they do. Be confident and you can do it too." She would be so patient with all of us salespeople to teach us all about the 100 Top program and make sure we were comfortable speaking about the reports to the CEO of a hospital. She always said you only had one shot to impress the C-suite, so don't blow it. I appreciated Jean's advice on how to talk to some of my clients through the years if they were struggling with financial or clinical issues. Jean always said, just tell it to them straight. Don't sugarcoat it. Sometimes that really didn't work with the health systems that thought they were so great, and they really weren't. I would tell Jean, "Can we go a little softer on them this time?" And she would just smirk and say, "Okay, I get what you're saying." The best of the event of the year was the 100 Top Black Tie Gala every year, celebrating the 100 best performing hospitals for that year. Jean would call all the CEOs and invite them to the gala, and it was always a sold-out event. It is the Oscars of healthcare. I loved to touch base with Jean during the years to see where she was traveling next and who she was going to see. She was so passionate about her mission to improve the quality and efficiencies of hospitals across the United States and around the world. Another great story about Jean was when she mentioned that her partner Joanne and daughter Julia love Harry Potter. I said, "Jean, you know my husband Andy is responsible for the logistics of getting all the books to the stores by midnight for Scholastic." She was fascinated about how J.K. Rowling wanted the release to be the same time across the world. She knew this was a logistical nightmare and always asked how it was going. When we met up during the year for conferences or board meetings, she always asked how Andy was doing on the book release. My son was not even 2 yet, but there was a big event in New York City for the latest release of the book titled Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I wasn't planning to go, but thought maybe Jean would like to attend with Joanne and Julia. I asked my husband if he could get them tickets. He got them 3 VIP tickets, and she was so excited. The event was the largest event that Scholastic ever hosted, shutting down a few blocks of Broadway in New York City. There were things that you could attend throughout the day and evening until midnight when they released the book. Jean kept on texting me all night with the play-by-play, and until the last time I saw her, she said this was one of the best memories she had. I was happy to do this for Jean, Julia, and Joanne, especially since Jean was always recognizing hospitals and health systems for their excellence. Why shouldn't Jean be treated like a celebrity for a day, since in the healthcare field she was? I could tell so many stories about Jean through the years of working with her, but spending time with her when she came to Boston for her treatments was a precious time. Some days I visited at Brigham and Women's and told Joanne to do a few errands to give her a break. I walked in with books, an iPad, magazines, and the Boston Sunday Globe. Jean said, "Krista, you don't have to be my babysitter. I can be by myself." She was a strong woman, and so I just pivoted the conversation to work. And lo and behold, I was there for over 4 hours, not watching a movie or playing cards, but yes, pulling up 100 top reports to review and get quizzed on why they look so bad. Jean loved work and truly made a difference in healthcare. I got to know Joanne and heard so many stories about Julia during the years. Jean loved Joanne so much and told me that she was the patient one since she was a teacher and had a heart of gold. Jean said Joanne was her rock while she was receiving treatments for leukemia and made sure that she was well informed on everything with Jean's care. Being in Boston, I was very fortunate to get to know Joanne as well, and she has become a good friend. Her pride and joy was her daughter Julia. Jean would show all her latest pictures on her phone of Julia, and she always kept me updated on what Julia was doing, especially her academics. Jean loved to see Julia play hockey and was very proud of her accomplishments at the Naval Academy. Jean touched so many lives, but she always will have a place in my heart because she's a mentor, friend, and colleague that I miss so much. I love you, Jean.
Hi, I'm Matt Goodson.
I'm Preston Goodson.
Jean is our aunt. Our mother, Dorothy, is her sister. And Preston, what are we singing?
We're singing The Prayer, made famous by Celine Dion and Andrea Bocelli. And this was a request of us, and singing will be me and Matt, as well as our mother Dorothy and our father John Goodson. So, hope you enjoy it.
I pray you'll be our eyes and watch us where we go, and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe. I pray we'll find your light. I pray we'll find your light
and hold it in our hearts.
and hold it in our hearts.
When stars go out each night.
When stars go out each night.
Remind us where we are. Let this be our prayer.
Let this be our prayer.
When shadows fill our day.
When shadows fill our day. us to our place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. A world where pain and sorrow will be ended, and every heart that's broken will be mended, and we'll remember we are God's children, reaching out to touch you, reaching for the sky. We ask that life be kind, life be kind, watch us from above. So we'll find another soul to love. Let this be our prayer. Just like every child needs to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. Needs to find a place. Guide us with thy grace. Give us faith so we'll be I pray you'll be our eyes and watch us where we go, and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe.
I pray we'll find your light.
I pray we'll find your light
and hold it in our hearts.
and hold it in our hearts.
When stars go out each night.
When stars go out each night,
Remind us where we
oh,
are. Let this be our prayer.
let this be our prayer.
When shadows fill our day.
When shadows fill our day, lead us to our place.
Hi, my name is Ekta Panwani, and I met Jean about 2 years ago. Though I did not know her for long, she was truly an inspiration to me. She touched my heart and played an important role in mentoring me. I know many of you know Jean for a very long time. I've heard so many stories from colleagues and clients across the country. Hospital leaders admire her candor and willingness to share best practices. Colleagues admired her determination, her experience, and knowledge. The first time I met Jean was in an interview with IBM to take on the 100 Top Hospitals position. Her baby. She dedicated almost 30 years to building the program and the brand. If I told you I was nervous, it would be a huge understatement. I was extremely nervous. My stomach in knots, butterflies. I wasn't sure how Jean would accept my experience, think about react to my thoughts and questions. But what I realized right away during our conversation is that she cared about what I wanted from the program, how I saw it building in the future, how I wanted to change it, where I saw it going in the next 5 years. At the end of our discussion, we both knew it was going to be a great fit. Over the past 2 years, I only met Jean a few times in person. She was going through her treatments and in the hospital. She never really wanted to talk about her health. But we talked very frequently, 2 to 3 times a week, multiple times a day sometimes. And from the start, she included me in decisions. She wanted to ensure that we had a very smooth and easy transition. What I really cherished about Jean was that she trusted me. She had confidence in my abilities, even when sometimes I didn't. I felt like I was struggling. She became a mentor and a friend, and I am so grateful that fate crossed our paths. I learned a lot from Jean in a short time. She introduced me to many folks within the organization and external. She helped me think through new ideas, the best way to socialize those ideas. She also taught me to take risks. She was a thinker, always looking for the next thing. And she really helped guide me through that journey. I think the most important thing that connected Jean and I was her passion for healthcare. Jean was passionate about improving healthcare. She believed that the 100 Top Hospitals program was the starting point of any hospital's journey to excellence. I wish she could have seen the release of our 2020 publication with Fortune. I know that she would be thrilled and excited. I can imagine her face and just her smiling with hearing that news. I feel truly blessed to have met Jean, to have worked with her, to have learned so much from her. And though she will be deeply missed, I will always remember her, and she will always hold a special place in my heart. Thank you, Jean, and to Joanne, and to Julie, and to Jean's family. I am truly so sorry for your loss. I am sending you all my love. Thank you.
I'm Stella. I live in Washington, D.C., and Jean and I worked for the same company for about 10 years. Jean had an interest in research, which was my part of the company, and she always made time to understand what I did, to encourage me, to offer me honest feedback, and otherwise just mentor me. As a result, I'd always try to find time with Jean whenever we were in the same place. Every conversation we had, however, always ended up talking about family, about Joanne and Julia, whom she loved fiercely, obviously. And she'd want to know about my family, my husband John, our son Johnny. And over the years, we share updates and photos, professional and personal. I'm really grateful to Jean for helping me become a better professional and a better wife and a mother, and I really miss her.
Hi, my name's Doug Bicklin. I'm Jean's cousin. My memories of Jean go way, way back. As a little kid, I used to go visit my grandmother, usually with my mother. We would go out in the summer, drive out to Illinois from the east, from Connecticut. Of course, I always look forward to seeing Jean. She was the closest in age of my cousins. It was Jean, her two sisters, Mary and Dorothy, and her brother Spike. So I just used to look forward to seeing them. These were annual trips, and when I became a teenager, I guess when I was 13 or 14, I would save up money so that I could make the trip. And I would fly out alone. And they would meet me at the airport in Peoria. It was just a great time. I remember making ice cream in the backyard, which we had to churn, while their hound dog Happy would look on. Happy had a very sad face, but appropriately they called her Happy. I loved the trips to the local drive-in for hamburgers. It was a food drive-in. And to hang out around the hospital that Jean's mother ran. She always had ideas, so you always had things to do. As an adult, I came to really see what a true executive she is, or she was. If I had to describe her, I would say Jean was a person in charge. And I often laughed at her about this. But I also admired her enormously as she went through all that she did with the leukemia. She told me when she first was diagnosed with leukemia, she told me, and we would talk regularly on the phone. And fortunately, I was able to see her from time to time, including in the last year before she died. I love Jean, and I love hearing her say hello. She always called me Dougie, which made me smile. And anytime anybody now calls me Dougie, which sometimes happens, I think of Jean. I just loved her so much and have fabulous memories of her. I know she was an amazing parent for Julia and partner to Joanne, and just really a fabulous family member for the extended family, and for Tootie before she passed away. I know that Jean did a lot to enliven her life. And I love Jean's sense of humor. Fortunately, she was a Democrat so that we could smile together. I miss you, Jean.
I met Jean in '73 when I moved to Albany, and we were newcomers together. Sometimes I helped take care of her cat, Sassafras, and I brought her home with me to my family at Easter, and she loved the Italian food, especially the stuffed artichokes. I went to Boston one weekend, and when I came back, I said to Jean, I met this terrific guy, J.J. Miller. I could spend the rest of my life with him. And she said, J.J. Miller? I know him. He went to Northwestern, and she pulled the yearbook off the shelf and proved it. I was so surprised.
Okay. After Pat and I were married, Jean came to visit for a few times, and she'd call me when Northwestern started to win football games, and we shared our astonishment. And she also shared photos as Julia grew up, as she was so proud of her daughter. It's been a pleasure to get to know Julia as an adult at the Naval Academy, and to make a friend of Joanne as well. Two lasting gifts from our dear friend.
Hear, hear.
My name is Peggy Campbell, and I've been a friend of Jean since we went to school together at the University of Illinois Medical Center campus. That was 51 years ago. I'm wearing purple in honor of Northwestern, but we were at the University of Illinois. So I've been friends with Jean ever since that time. We weren't always in the same city or the same state, but we always kept connected over the years. I feel her presence still, and she's a very special person to me. She is and always will be missed. I'm going to read today from the works of Maya Angelou, her poem, When Great Trees Fall. When great trees fall, rocks on distant hills shudder, lions hunker down in tall grasses, and even elephants lumber after safety. When great trees fall in forests, small things recoil into silence, their senses eroded beyond fear. When great souls die, the air around us becomes light, rare, sterile. We breathe briefly, our eyes briefly see with a hurtful clarity. Our memory suddenly sharpened, examined, gnaws on kind words unsaid, promised walks never taken. Great souls die and our reality
bound to them, takes leave of us. Our souls, dependent upon their nurture, now shrink, weazened. Our minds, formed and informed by their nature, by their radiance, fall away. We are not so much maddened as reduced to the unutterable ignorance of dark, cold caves. And when great souls die, after a period, peace blooms, slowly and always irregularly. Spaces fill with a kind of soothing electric vibration. Our senses restored, never to be the same, whisper to us, they existed. They existed. We can be and be better, for they existed. When Great Trees Fall by Maya Angelou.
Hi, my name is Diane Seeger, and I'm glad to participate in this tribute to Jean Chenoweth. I met Jean in 2003 when her daughter Julia was in my first grade class at Daycroft Montessori School in Ann Arbor. At first, I was a little intimidated by Jean, I have to admit, but soon came to know what a kind heart she had and how much she loved her family. And Julia, I'm so proud of you for all your accomplishments. You were always a determined and hardworking student, and I wish you the best in your future endeavors. And I also got to work with Joanne at Daycroft for many years and consider her a good friend and wish her the best also. My favorite memory of Jean is when we had our Daycroft Christmas parties at their house. And she always made planked salmon that was just out of this world. She was so proud of her home and her family, and we were so glad to be there, and I cherish those memories. She will be missed. All my best and all my love to all you guys who are with us remembering her, and God bless you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.
Hi, Jakob here. I know Jean because she's my aunt. My favorite memories are of all the fun summers we had out in Baltimore. There was always a project to do, whether it was building new flower beds, planting trees, bushes, flowers, or moving any of those around because she found a spot she liked it better. There was plenty of swimming, feeding foxes and watching them from the basement, playing sardines in the dark. That was always a good time. Exploring the Inner Harbor, downtown Baltimore, going on trips, D.C., New Hampshire, New York City, always a good time. And of course, all the awesome food. I always knew that when she was picking a place, or if she was cooking herself, that everyone was in for something really good. So, probably going to miss that the most.
We're the Beeman Borgeson family, and we wanted to make a few comments about Jean. You know, we've known Jean for a long, long time, and we really miss her. We have a lot of fond memories of her.
She was an awesome cook. Being invited there for dinner, oh my gosh, her salmon, it was a real treat. We're going to miss you, Jean. We're going to miss you in the kitchen. You were the best.
She also was full of adventure, and I remember going tobogganing with her once, many, many years ago, and she was fearless. She went down the biggest hill at the Arb without even thinking about it. And then another time we went biking.
Oh yeah, she just took off on this path, like, why, I don't know, because she had no idea that the path was totally dangerous, and she ended up going over her handlebars. Yeah, and I think she did end up going to the emergency room at some point that night. But yeah, she would do it again. She was just gung-ho, ready for anything, and she had quite a spirit.
And very hospitable. I remember when we were redoing our floors, Jean and Joanne offered to let us stay at their house.
Anyways, we'll miss you, Jean. You were really a spirit, and we loved you.
We had many fun memories.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm Siobhan. I'm a nurse practitioner at Dana-Farber, and I was lucky enough to be a part of Jean's care team over the past few years. I remember when I first met her, she was in the hospital, and I was rounding with Dr. D'Angelo. I was new to leukemia, and he said, "Oh, come, you have to meet this brilliant woman." And I went in there, and Jean was surrounded by medical residents with her computer out, teaching them about what she was working on, going over statistics, and I thought, how am I ever going to have anything to offer this woman? But over the next 2 years, I got to know Jean and Joanne, and they became like friends to me. I could always rely on Jean to make sure she had a good quality of life and did the things that she wanted. But I could almost equally important, if not more so, rely on Joanne to make sure she stayed safe. I really cherish all the memories I have with both Jean and Joanne. And I know that wherever Jean is, she's looking down on us and thinking of ways to solve COVID-19. And I know that she stays alive in the hearts of those who knew and loved her.
Wayne Gretzky once said, "The greatest thing about hockey is the people you meet." And that couldn't be more true when it comes to meeting someone as truly special as Jean. I'm going to really miss our ringside chats and watching her check Northwestern football scores during the Navy women's hockey game. She was really the best.
We're all going to miss Jean cheering for us on the glass at games. And we love you lots, Joanne and Julia.
Go Navy.
Beat Army.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Karsten. Jean and I were friends since 1965 when we were freshmen at Northwestern. Here are a few things that I remember about Jean. Jean was determined. Her impressive professional career bears witness to her will to see her vision accomplished. Jean was jolly, with a sense of the absurd that typically targeted herself. For instance, she was able to laugh at her proclivity to always arrive at the reunions of college friends at the last possible moment. And she laughed as well at the trials of eating healthy food, even fish, under the watchful eye of Nurse Ratched. Jean was a savvy strategist, a trait that enabled her to be in the vanguard of her profession and served her well in her brave fight to live. Jean did not want to leave the party, but when she did, she was a fulfilled person. Her love for Joanne, her life partner and best friend, Julia, her adored and inspiring daughter, and her devoted family grounded her and gave her peace and courage. No one leaves this earth knowing better than Jean did that her life had been worthwhile and her legacy would live on. And P.S. Jean will be very aggravated if you don't vote blue on November 3rd.
Hi, we're the Prince family. We know Jean, Joanne, and Julia as close family friends of ours. My favorite memory of Jean was when I think it was my freshman year. I was staying with them over the weekend while my family was out of town, and while Julia was at hockey practice, Jean took her and I to go get our nails done, and it was just something fun, and it was cute because she said, oh, I don't get to do this with somebody else often, so it was a really great memory I have of her.
Hi, I'm Gabriella, and my memory with Jean is when we were delayed at the airport for like 3 hours, and we were running up and down the escalators together, and it was just really nice, and she always treated me like maturely, like I wasn't a child.
I'm Sue. My favorite memory of Jean would be when we first purchased our house. Jean loved gardening, and Jack and I knew nothing about flowers or gardening at all, and she came over and walked through the whole garden, knew the name of each flower, each plant, and told us how to take care of it, when it bloomed, what the flowers looked like.
Hi, my name's Jack. My favorite memory of Jean is Joe's class, which Gabriella was part of, had made a beautiful piece of artwork that was being auctioned off at the Daycroft auction, and I was bidding up against Jean and actually walked away with a piece of artwork, which was very challenging through a very long bidding process, but I know that Jean really liked me because she didn't lose to many people.
Hi, we're the Christensen Rasmussens from Ann Arbor, Michigan. I'm Sue. To my left is Barb. To my right is Susie. Lori. I met Jean when I first moved to Ann Arbor in the mid-1980s. She was always a really generous person. She loved to entertain, cook, garden. I loved to talk to her about everything. She was an avid reader, and she was always interested in world events and things other than just the healthcare that she was involved in. I will miss her a lot.
I'm Barb, and I've known Jean since the 80s, and Sue and I met at a party at Jean's house. And what I remember about Jean is she's a very thoughtful person, and she would listen and she would think, and then she would say, well, you know, and she was always good to talk to, and we had many fun times with Jean, and I was always hoping that she would retire and we would get to hang out more together, and I'm sorry that I won't get to see that.
Now I remember that we spent a lot of family gatherings together, and we spent a lot of dinners and holidays together, and that was wonderful.
I'll also fondly remember all of the family gatherings, the Chinese New Year's, the Easter egg hunts together, and Jean also was a great mentor for me in my first job right outside of undergrad, working at IBM, so we'll miss her dearly.
I met Jean in the mid-1990s working for HCIA, and then I joined the 100 Top team in 2011. And Jean was truly an extraordinary person. She was so passionate and devoted to improving healthcare in the U.S. through data and analytics. She had a fierce loyalty to everyone on the 100 Top team. She was an inspiration. She made a difference, and I really miss her.
Jean Chenoweth. Our favorite adjectives to describe Jean are that she's very caring, thoughtful, generous, honest, fair, intelligent, respected, fun, comical, joyful, cheerful, adventurous, daring, and a great cook. My favorite memories of Jean are the great family trips that we've had in New Hampshire, the fun times in Sanford, and any time that she would cook for me, because she's a great cook.
My favorite memories are all the crazy animals, her pet dogs, and watching the cats chase a mouse in the kitchen.
Whenever she would smile, show it has always had a little twinkle in her eye that was contagious and made it look like she was always up to something. I'm gonna miss it.
I always enjoyed when she found out that I had an email and she started sending me tons of articles about careers I might be interested in or different professional fields that I would be interested in, things like that.
My favorite memories are animal camp, where I would stay at their house and hang out with their animals, and Jean would cook for me, and it was just always a lot of fun. Love you, Jean.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Hi, I'm Steve Bicklin, Jean's cousin, and I just wanted to share a couple of memories that I have of her. I remember often in the summer, several summers, my brother and I and our mother and dad would travel out to Eureka to visit Mom's mother there, but also we would see Jean and her family and play with her sisters, and with Spike and some of the neighbors. I also remember when I was discharged from the Navy in November of 1969, I drove back from San Diego to our home in Westport, Connecticut, and stopped off in Illinois to visit Aunt Tootie and stayed there, I believe, a couple of nights. And Jean was there, and I remember on one particular night we went out in the town and just had a great time. So those are a couple of specifics I remember, but what I really remember overall about Jean was how forthright she was, and she would tell you what was on her mind and have no compunction about it, and I really appreciated that, and I will miss Jean. Thanks.
We met Jean at Green Hills School when our daughter was in 7th grade there with Julia. The girls hit it off right away, and we got to know Jean and Joanne at various events at Green Hills School. We enjoyed their company.
Jean was a genuine person and a great listener. Her enthusiasm and passion for her work was inspiring to me. Jean was devoted to her family.
And Jean knew her way around the kitchen. We loved her salmon. We lost a good friend. We miss you, Jean.
I've gathered many good memories with Julia, Joanne, and Jean, usually around the great food that Jean made, and I enjoyed joking around with Jean quite a bit, usually at the expense of Julia. Sorry, Julia. but she was always very encouraging to me, and for that I'm very thankful, and I miss her dearly.
Georgia Fatasic, and I was president and CEO of Henry Porter Allegiance Health in Jackson, Michigan when I met Jane. Jane's passion for her work was truly a dedication to improving healthcare in our country using data analytics. It was never just a job to her. When I first met her, we were in a rough spot at our health system, and she was very candid with me about where we needed to target, where we needed to focus, because we truly desired to benchmark ourselves against the best. As a result, we were able to make significant changes, and I know that Jane celebrated those successes with us. And over time, as we kind of slept and had some of those rough spots again, she was also direct in helping us refocus. She was truly one of the people that helped us in our transformational work. I'm grateful that she became part of our health system, and also grateful for her friendship.
Hi, I want to take a couple seconds to tell you about what an amazing person Jean Chenoweth was, and so happy that she came into our lives with Aunt Jo and Julia. She was always smiling and caring, and was always interested in me and asking about my teaching year and how everything was going. So she was very caring about that. And one of my favorite memories about Jean is going up to her condo in New Hampshire and her opening that to us and the entire family year after year. And that was awesome, taking hikes with her and exploring the city with her and just hanging out at the condo on the deck, having laughs and sharing great memories. We miss you, Jean. We love you. Thanks.
Hi, Aunt Jo and Julia. Just a few words for Jean from Kenna, Cooper, and myself. She was always caring, loving, dedicated. When she came in the room, she always had a smile, and she's very enthusiastic. And one of the things I really remember is whenever Northwestern beat Michigan State, unfortunately it happened more often than I wanted to hear about, she'd always give me a call or a text and rub it in. And of course I took it. What else can I say? But she's always nice like that, and just a great person. And it was awesome to know her and be with her, and we love her. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Emily Young. Jean and I met each other in Albany, New York in the mid-1970s when Jean was working for the Hospital Association of New York State. We drifted apart, as one often does, but Jean stayed in touch. And as I think about the 40-some years of this very strong-minded, independent woman, there were three events that really shaped who she was personally. And the first was Joanne, from whom she learned to look at the world more gently, with humility and compassion. Thank you, Joanne. You were such a gift. And the second was Julia, when she arrived. Conversations with Jean were no longer about her work. They were all about Julia. And every year there were constant emails with photos of Julia. You were the second great gift, Julia. You became the center of Jean's universe. And then finally there was the cancer. And during that 36-month period, Jean agreed to have her name put on the prayer list of my little parish. Total strangers. And one Sunday, she and Joanne came to the service. Together they stood up during the service, and Jean thanked the parish. It was an act of true gratitude. As we all know, caring and affection were difficult for Jean to display. And her personal journey, I felt, was one of turning gradually outward and learning to accept love and support from others. And when she did, she learned to love and support others. And it was that process of loving and receiving that love that made her whole. And at the end, I believe, helped her find peace.
Hi, I'm Suzanne, Joanne's sister, Jean's sister-in-law. I have known Jean for over 30 years, and in those years, I was fortunate to have shared so much with her. Her love of family, especially Joanne and Julia. Her love of cooking. My boys would always ask me why I couldn't cook like Aunt Jean. And whenever I was in Ann Arbor, she'd always ask me what I wanted for dinner, and I told her anything she cooked was fantastic. Her love of flowers. She always had beautiful gardens and enjoyed working in them. Her love of work. She was passionately devoted and dedicated. Her love of collies. I recall 3 of them. Her love of nature and adventure. There were several hiking days in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. Her love of birds, always making sure they had plenty to eat in her gardens. Her love of reading. She recommended so many great books to me. And my sons and I were fortunate to have spent 7 summers in Baltimore with her and Julia and Joanne, helping around the house, enjoying the pool, exploring the ocean, New York, the mountains, whitewater rafting, and so much fun. Jean will definitely be missed by many who knew her, especially me.
I'm Jean's cousin, Sally, from Eureka, and Jean and I had a lot in common growing up. We both played the snare drum in the Eureka High School band, marching band, and we went on to have the same profession. We both majored in health information and made a career out of it. Jean's the reason I got back into my profession after 20 years of retirement. One day I got a phone call and I heard, "Sally, it's time for you to get back to work." Jean's company had just acquired a government contract with the DoD hospitals, and they were hiring people in our profession. So after much persuasion by Jean, I decided to take a chance and take the job. I went to Ann Arbor, stayed with Jean, and trained for 2 weeks, and went on with a career in health information. And to this day, I'm still working at the age of 80, so I have Jean to thank for that. Jean, we'll miss you, and we all love you.
I'm Susan Trimble, Jean's first cousin. We grew up together and had a lot of fun times. I remember one time when I was working in the Baltimore, Washington, D.C. area, that Jean and Joanne were living in Baltimore at the time. And they came to see me in the evening because they'd just gotten a new baby in China. They were so happy, and we were all happy. It was a good time. We had a lot of fun time with her, and I'll miss her. Thank you.
I first met Jean Chenoweth through Joanne Urbis in either 1989 or 1991 when I was starting some advanced family therapy training in Ann Arbor. And I would stay with them when I came down for training. Jean was an amazing woman in my eyes. She was a brilliant businesswoman. She had a keen sense of humor. And she was just first rate in my mind. I had an opportunity to meet her mom, who was 100, I think, when I met her. And I also grew to love their daughter, Julia.
Hello, I'm Diane Makala. I met Jean when I was the head of Daycroft Montessori School, and Julia was a student and Joanne a teacher. When I think of Jean, the things that come to mind is recalling her beaming at Julia's recitals, plays, class events. She was so proud of you, Julia. And the same for Joanne's class events, too. Jean and Joanne were wonderful hosts of the Daycroft holiday parties, and everyone looked forward to that amazing salmon she would make. I loved her kind and nurturing side. Sometimes after a long week at Daycroft, I'd stop by on my way home with the boys, and they would take care of us and give us good food and wine and great conversation, and Jean would always pack a to-go bag for my husband, Ben. I also greatly appreciated when she would reach out to me when she knew I was dealing with a challenging issue at the school. She always seemed to know when to send an email or make a phone call, and I always appreciated that. And I will always be grateful for a relationship with my son Matthew at the time, who was very strong-willed and high energy, and she just embraced him. And when I thanked her for that once, she said, "Oh, it's easy. He's just like I was when I was his age." I miss her. She was taken from us way too soon.
Hi, this is Nancy. I'm a friend of Jean's. I've known her for many years, and I have a couple things that really come to my attention. First of all, she was a great, awesome person. Secondly, she wanted Julia to learn how to be a ballet dancer, so she took a class with her, and Joanne videoed her, and if Joanne wanted to make $1 bazillion, she could show that video. She'd make a lot of money. That was so funny. I love Jean. She was a great cook. She was a great friend. Played softball with her on a slow pitch team. She went for a ball in right field, said, "Mine, mine, mine." Put her glove up, and the ball hit her glasses and broke them. Like I said, she was a great cook. Okay, I miss you, Jean. I love you. Take good care. Adios.
This is Marg, and I'm one of the people that she worked with at CPHA. First time I met her, she threatened to fire me because of mistakes we made on her report. Following day, I had to go to her house for a party, and she opened the door and gave me a huge hug. So she reflective of how wonderful she was. You know, she was tough as nails at work, and when it came to healthcare, but when it came to love and friendship, she was fabulous. She also described me as an old shoe, which kind of describes our relationship. It was just friendly, it was easy, and nice to go and be with her, spend time with her. And the only other thing is that when she became CEO of CPHA, I made a bet that she'd make it there, and we got to go to Key West, and on the way to and the way back, we got bumped, so we got free tickets. So I got three trips to Key West out of her becoming a CEO. Love you, Jean. Take care. Everyone, she was a fabulous friend. She was mush on the inside and strong as nails on the outside. I miss you. I love you. I'll see you in the future.
Joanne, Julia, members of Jean's family, I want to express how much Jean is missed and to tell you what an inspiration she was to me starting in 2003 when we worked at Solution together. Jean made a difference in healthcare. Her passion to get unbiased measurement and quality saved and extended the lives of millions. She made a difference in all of our lives and a legacy of selfless contribution to all. Julia, you're following in your mom's footsteps. Stay well. Be safe. Joanne, I know you lost a partner, a soulmate. We'll all miss her. She's with Irving now, and she'll always be with us.
Hi everyone, my name is Tracy Schock, and I know Jean from work. I started working in the 100 Top Hospitals program back in 2003 when it was with Solution, and that's how I met Jean. And I just wanted to say how much I adored working with Jean at Solution. She was just a great coworker, mentor. She was always available to me if I needed help on anything. And I can't remember how many times I knocked on her door with, "Jean, I have another question," or "This client has this question. I have no idea what the answer is." And she would invite me into the office and we would do a conference call, and, you know, she would just help out so much. And then she became a dear, sweet friend, and I'm just going to miss her so much. She was just a cool, awesome person, and I think everybody that's ever met Jean, you know, walks away with that same feeling, like, you know, what an awesome person, and I'm just going to really, really miss her so much.
Hi, my name is Lisa Weldon, and I was blessed to have known Jean for more than 20 years. I worked with her at what was then HCI Sachs and up through a variety of iterations of the company until I retired left the company in 2015. I could regale you with all the stories of traveling, and for those of you who worked with her and had the opportunity to travel with her, you know how much fun that was. Sometimes a little stressful, but always a learning experience and a lot of fun. But for me, more importantly, were the conversations I had with Jean about relationships, and whether they were with work people or my own personal relationships or her talking about her personal relationships. I learned a lot, and she always gave great advice, though sometimes right between the eyes, but often that's exactly what I needed. She talked an awful lot about Joanne and Julia. She was so proud of Julia in your hockey and your schooling and going in the military and ending up at the academy. She just was so proud. She couldn't say enough. And in the last year or so, I was very blessed, my husband and I, to have Jean visit with us in Maine and to have a few lobster rolls. And she got to know my husband Michael over the years through both work and through me. And we miss her very much. And I'm a better person for having had Jean in my life, as I think probably most people are. I miss her.
Hey, Aunt Joe, for Jean's remembrance, I do remember you all together, and I appreciated everything. So, here's Kathy.
Sorry about Aunt Jean. Much love to you. Bye-bye.
And hi, Joe. We were thinking a lot about Jean, how the hospitality that showed us, the food that was so delightful every time we came down, how well you treated all of us, and so enjoyed Jean and miss her. Love you.
This is Margaret A. I met Jean 51 years ago at the University of Illinois. I knew she was a mover and shaker because we believed she caused the earthquake in Peoria when our class was at the state HIM meeting. But little did I know that my interest in healthcare stemming from my cousin's death from leukemia when I was 12 would lead me to having such an inspiring friend who focused her life's work on contributing to healthcare quality improvement and in her last few years to bravely enduring clinical trials for curing leukemia. May she rest knowing the good she did in all aspects of her life.
Hi, my name is Debbie Handler, and this is my cat Mo. And I know Jean from when Julia was in our kindergarten classroom at Dave Croft Montessori. What a wonderful lady she was, and she will always be remembered for all the good she did. Thank you for everything, Jean. It was a pleasure to be a part of your life.
Hi, my name's Cindy Kulkarni, and I was a neighbor to Jean, Joanne, and Julia. I've known Jean for probably about 15 years. We were lucky enough to live right across the road from them and admire all the beautiful flower gardens that Jean tended to on a regular basis. She always had such beautiful landscaping and worked so hard in the gardens, and it was always such a pleasure to look out my window and see all her beautiful flowers.
My name's Covey Kulkarni, and I know Jean because Julia was my best friend in grade school. I remember Jean being very uncompromising. There's a funny story where she had been spraying weeds in the yard and it had killed the grass because the weed killer she'd been using wasn't discriminate, it just killed everything. And Joanne had told Julia and I while we're out in the yard, like, oh, I told Jean not to use that sprayer, look what it did. And then a few days later, Julia and I are outside. I think we might be in my yard. We look across the street and we see Jean spraying the weed killer in the grass, and we thought that was hilarious. And I think it shows just how she just did things her way, and I think that uncompromising nature of hers is why she was able to achieve the position of success that she had, and you didn't have to worry whether she was being genuine with you. So I think that's a great thing.
Hi, my name is Mohan Kulkarni. I'm a neighbor of Jean and Joanne, and I've known them for a long time, perhaps 10 years, or 15, I think. Jean has done a lot of great things for healthcare, hospitals, and the like, but my favorite memory is when I first moved into the neighborhood and I was doing yard work with my son Covey, and I picked out a bunch of what looked like weeds, and I asked Covey to take it over to Jean. I said, Covey, why don't you take these weeds over and see if she can identify those for us. So Covey picked the weeds. We went over there and Jean looked at him. She said, well, okay, well, that's poison ivy. And you need to go tell your dad that that's poison ivy. So she walked over to our yard and said, Mohan, your son is carrying poison ivy. That's what poison ivy looks like. And he's gonna need some steroids. The very next day, Covey broke out in hives everywhere. So that was my first introduction to Jean and first introduction to poison ivy.
Hello, my name is Donna Daniel, and I am sending this message from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Joanne and Julia, first I want to let you know how sorry I am for your loss, for all of our loss with Jean's passing. I worked with Jean while I was at IBM Watson Health, and yet I knew her a long time before I actually met her in person. She was one of my heroes, somebody as a healthcare quality improvement and patient safety professional I had admired for a long, long time. Admired the fact that she had the intelligence and courage to use data-driven applications and measures to help us understand where the opportunities are in healthcare so that we could improve it for the safety of our patients. And that work is still continuing today. And so we should be really proud of her legacy. When Anita and Jean invited me to join the 100 Top Hospital team at IBM Watson Health, I knew I'd found a new home, and I think that we did some really good work together, and the team. So I will always cherish that time. I miss working with Jean, and yet I'm grateful that I had that opportunity to work with her, and I will always remember her as a champion for healthcare quality improvement and patient safety, as one of my mentors, and as a great colleague and wonderful friend. Thanks for this opportunity.
Last August, when I started updating my resume in preparation for looking for a new job, I was advised to include a link to my LinkedIn profile. Having never kept profiles on social media, I decided to give it a go, but then I realized it would look bad not to have any connections, so I sent out a bunch of invitations to connect, including one to Jean. Pretty much everyone accepted, but not Jean. A few days later, I got a call from her where she started off by saying something like, "I got your LinkedIn invitation. What the hell is going on?" She'd correctly inferred the reason I was joining LinkedIn. We had a long conversation about why I was leaving the company after 32 years, and Jean was very understanding and offered to give me a great recommendation. This story is symbolic of how I think of Jean, bold and direct, and with an incredible heart.
I'm Kathy Irwin, and I worked with Jean at Thomson Reuters, Truven Health Analytics, IBM Watson Health, all the same company under different names. Although we worked at the same place for a long time together, it's only about 5 years ago that I started to get to know Jean when I began working on her 100 Top Hospitals program, and she blew me away from day one. The respect that she engendered across her whole team, her willingness to change her mind when faced with a strong argument or strong data, her clear-eyed understanding of how the healthcare system works, how business works, how the government works, and her desire to share her knowledge, those were some of the traits that Jean possessed that were so important to me and to others, I know. Top of the list, though, was her willingness to go to bat for anybody on her team anytime they needed her help. Together, these characteristics made Jean a great leader and an important example to the people who worked with and for her. Jean was always interested in new ideas, and she had an amazing ability to weave my sometimes very different perspectives into the fabric of her thoughts and ideas about current and future needs of the healthcare system. With her recommendation and encouragement about 2 years ago, I started on a path toward a graduate degree in an emerging field of healthcare, health learning systems. I think it will be important in shaping an improved, more efficient, more effective healthcare industry, and Jean thought so too. We expected to be working together on new metrics for assessing the effectiveness of learning health systems. I hope to be a contributor to the development of this field in the U.S., and if I'm lucky enough to do that, I will credit Jean as the mentor who sent me along this path and who I wish I'd come across way earlier in my career and in my life. It seems like both more and less than 5 months since we lost Jean. I regarded her as a friend, and the void where her strength and her force used to be is large. A long time ago, I read a poem that I didn't understand then, but I do now. The measure of your love is the depth of your sadness when a loved one is no longer with you. Joanne and Julia, you knew and loved Jean for decades. I can only extend my condolences.
I'm Peg. I'm thinking about Jean Chenoweth right now and about how brave she made me and what a good role model she was for me. Our daughters were young at the same time, and even before Julia was born, my daughter played with Jean and Joanne's nephews at their home. They were a part of our family in Maryland, and I was very sad to see them move back to Michigan, and then we went to Colorado. I remember Jean as a person who was really supportive of me and my idea when I started a business that would really address underserved populations and unmet needs with innovative healthcare technology. And a lot of people thought that was a crazy idea, but Jean was so supportive and wonderful. And she's part of the fabric of my life and the life of my family. And I was privileged to have her in my life.
Hi, I'm Betsy Stetson, and one out of 8 cousins who grew up with Jean in Eureka, Illinois. I remember my sister Sally and cousin Susan and I spent many hours babysitting for Jean and her 3 sibs. Also their birds, Owl, the Great Dane, Happy, who kind of slobbered in your lap when he was wanting to get pet, and cats. Also, we loved watching Mickey Mouse shows, and we would get in the game wearing Mickey hats and enjoying the Mickey songs. We had fun and enjoyed each other. And we also attended and loved the family events and holiday dinners, and we continued to keep in touch throughout the years. We liked each other. What stood out about Jeannie was her big heart, and she has made a difference to many people's lives in good ways. Her big dream was to make healthcare more transparent for patients, and at that time it was unheard of. And Jean traveled extensively and worked hard for hospital change. And the good thing is, when she was in San Francisco, we would get to meet for dinner and share family news. We had so many memories of her. I love and miss Jean very much. And thank you, Jean, for all the amazing things that you have done.
Jean was a force of nature, someone to be reckoned with. I knew that from the very first day I met her 15 years ago. Tough enough to beat the bad guys. Boy, was she tough. Big-hearted and kind to the good guys. Brave enough to stand up for what she believed in. And she passionately believed that we could make healthcare better, that people wanted to do the right thing, and that her people were the very best. She loved and defended us. She inspired us. She drove us crazy. I will miss you, Jean.
Hi, my name is Lucas. I'm up here in Marquette, Michigan. I am Jean's nephew. It's really hard to memorialize Jean in a 30-second video, but she's gonna be greatly missed. I really appreciate her welcoming us into her home. I've known her obviously since I was a very small kid. A lot of great memories out in Baltimore, working there every summer, working. I always just really respected Jean. She was always a great person to me, great teacher. We had talks in the past about basically being a good person and how it can affect so much in your life just doing the right thing. And I always be really appreciative of that. As a kid, I would never want to disappoint her. Everybody else I would joke around with, but I always wanted to make sure that I had to, get Jean's approval. And I'm gonna miss her. And it's been a great few decades of knowing her. Thank you.
Hello, I am Annie Ubatuba, and I'm my Aunt Jean's niece. This is my husband, Jared. What I remember the most about my Aunt Jean is her positivity and her zest for life. She always has been a supportive influence in our lives, and I'm going to miss our conversations about business and the stock market and politics, and she was always a straight shooter and let you know what was on her mind, and I always really appreciated that about her and could relate to her in that way. We're going to miss her a lot, and she just was a really wonderful woman, and you don't meet people who love life as much as my Aunt Jean did, and we're going to miss her.
Love you, Aunt Jean.
Love you.
Hi, I'm Mary, Jean's sister, and just wanted to say that Jeannie was the finest person I know, the best friend I could ever have. Always for me, always there, and it's a piece of me gone, and she helped me through all kinds of things, and I'm going to miss her so much. And Julia, I just want you to know that you were the light of her life, and she was wonderful when she had you, and when she met up with Joe, you kept her alive. All that time she was fighting, she would have been dead long before without your help. And Julia, without you, and I thank you both for taking such good care of her. And I'm gonna miss her.
I have to concur with Mary. Jane was very special.
To attempt to sum up the force that was and still is Jean Chenoweth is a daunting task. The way that Jean lived, loved, worked, and led, there just aren't words big enough to capture her spirit. But I will try. Jean was truly a force of nature. She left her mark on everything that she touched. Such a visible, tangible mark on the world, on me, that it just doesn't seem to make sense to be saying goodbye, because I know that she still lives. Searching for the words to adequately honor Jean, I was drawn to Maya Angelou's familiar poem, When Great Trees Fall, because who was greater than Jean? It begins, when great trees fall, rocks on distant hills shudder, lions hunker down in tall grasses, and even elephants lumber after safety. When great trees fall in forests, small things recoil into silence, their senses eroded beyond fear. When great souls die, the air around us becomes light, rare, sterile. We breathe briefly. As I live and breathe now, it is because Jean has left me a stronger person than when she met me. I met Jean about 12 years ago. In our very first conversation, she gave me some advice about exercise, of all things. And then over the years, she gave me much more advice about how to do my job, how to manage my boss, But really, she knew how to reach me and did it so skillfully that she would get me to do what I should do by making me think it was my idea. Right up until earlier this year when she advised me on my new job. I am grateful for all of her advice and for her friendship. The impact that Jean had on her friends was great, but her impact on this world was far greater. As I got to know Jean, I was privileged with a glimpse or two behind the curtain to see how she was able to generate so much change. Jean created and built the 100 Top Hospitals program. She knew exactly how to influence doctors, CEOs, hospital boards, how to convince them with data and goad them into action by making their performance public. She was smart and strategic, and she made sure that hospitals invested in quality, and in so doing, she ignited a 25-year shift inside U.S. hospitals. Our hospital system is as strong and as safe as it is today, due in no small part to Jean. The epitome of a servant leader. If Jean was here, she would say it was the team, her people, who deserve all the credit. And they do. And it was a calling. And if you responded to Jean's call, with her you would do more than you ever could have imagined, including saving so very many lives. Jean was a national treasure, literally. And at the very same time, Jean was Joanne's treasure. As long as I knew Jean, her devotion to Joanne always led her work and shone through her spirit. I remember Jean coming back into the office after a period of treatments, and she would talk about the strict rules Joanne had set up for her and laugh about it a little. And then, of course, fully comply with every one of Joanne's protective orders. Jean's devotion to Joanne was equaled only by her devotion to Julia. I just loved hearing Jean tell me stories about Julia and her latest successes. When I had the honor to meet Julia, I was struck by just how much of Jean's spirit you can see in her. Fierce independence, true courage, that sense of humor. Julia, this world is just as lucky to have you in it as it was to have Jean. I would like to finish by sharing the last part of When Great Trees Fall. And when great souls die, after a period, peace blooms, slowly and always irregularly. Spaces fill with a kind of soothing electric vibration, our senses restored, never to be the same, whisper to us, they existed, they existed. We can be and be better, for they existed. Jean, that could have been written for you. We all can be and be better because of you. Until we meet again.